Seth Meyers. It's late night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. When asked yesterday about the release of the Epstein files at an event in Ohio, Vice President J.D. Vance said that President Trump has been, quote, incredibly transparent about that stuff. And I agree. We can absolutely see right through him. President Trump said yesterday that the baseline tariff rate for the world would be between 15 and 20% and added, quote, you can't sit down and make 200 deals. I mean, come on, where would he find the time? In a post over the weekend on Truth Social, President Trump suggested that NBC should lose its broadcast license. Oh, come on, the show wasn't that bad. The White House released a statement last week criticizing the TV show South Park after the Comedy Central program mocked President Trump at its season 27 premiere and said, quote, this show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years and is hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas in a desperate attempt for attention. But to be fair, people once said the same about Trump, and now he's president. So President Trump was asked during a media appearance over the weekend if he rushed to finish a trade deal with the European Union to, quote, knock Jeffrey Epstein's story out. Oh, yeah, I'm sure all the conspiracy theorists in MAGA will stop talking about Epstein now that there's a new trade deal. So you think Trump is on the list or what? Who cares? We can get cheaper sardines from Portugal. Coors Light today announced a partnership with the deodorant brand Duradry. Now the only thing that'll stink is your taste in beer. The fast food chain White Castle has announced it will test automated delivery services in Chicago, and Taco Bell announced they're going to stick with the burrito pult. Russia over the weekend began offering flights between Moscow and Pyongyang, North Korea. So good news for anyone who needs a vacation but can't stand the crowds in Libya. It is funny when you're like, as you guys do that. When you guys collectively make a decision about a joke. And like while you're doing that, I'm like, why did I think it was gonna work? Because I liked it in my heart. And finally, an employee at Tallahassee Chuck E. Cheese was arrested last week while wearing the mouse mascot costume. Bail was set at 300,000 tickets, and that was a monologue. We got a great show for you tonight. We got three fantastic guests. You know him from Rocket Man, Carry On, The Kingsman, and the Apple TV Plus show Smoke. His latest, She Rides Shotgun, is fantastic. It's in select theaters Friday. Taron Egerton is back on the show, everybody. He's a Tony, Emmy-nominated writer and producer who wrote tons of Adam Sandler movies and also was a producer on Saturday Night Live. He co-wrote Happy Gilmore 2, now streaming on Netflix. Our friend Tim Herlihy is here, everybody. She's a very funny actress you can see in the studio on Apple TV Plus, as well as I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is in theaters now. Chase Sweet Wonders is on the show, you guys. Chase did a fantastic episode of Family Chips, my dad's favorite. My dad said that. He has not listened to Molly Gordon yet. Maybe he will enjoy that just as much. She was a great guest. Please do give that a listen. You guys, moving on. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt has been holding a lot of press briefings lately, but there are a lot of questions about what this administration has been doing that are still unanswered, so we decided to hold another one right here, right now. That's right, Press Secretary Leavitt and the Late Night Press Corps are here in the studio ready to go. So without further ado, it's time for the Late Night White House Press Briefing. Yes, thank you. Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. Caroline, tariffs have thrown the economy into chaos. Billions in funding for Medicaid recipients is being cut, and now Republicans are shutting down Congress to avoid a vote on releasing the Epstein files. Are you doing anything we can be excited about?
You don't need to take off your shoes anymore at the airport?
It's actually pretty good. Different question. Who is Trump going to throw under the bus to try and make the Epstein stuff go away?
His own son, Donald Trump Jr.
All right. Same name. It will work with the list. All right. Since Trump became president, what has he sold on his website?
$9 billion worth of crap.
Caroline, what's something that sounds like a good idea on paper but really isn't?
The president who was a businessman first.
I heard that your phone just died. Why didn't you put your charger into one of the plugs backstage?
These are partisan, left-wing outlets.
Caroline, where has Rudy Giuliani been living since he lost his New York City apartment?
Isolated and surrounded by dangerous wildlife in unforgiving terrain.
We wish him the best. Complete this sentence. If you appear on PBS's Finding Your Roots, the worst thing to find out is that you are...
Related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, yeah. The audience agrees. Okay, time for some music trivia. Are you excited? Great. Complete this line from the song My Favorite Things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and...
Human rights abusers, drug traffickers, persons linked to chemical weapons activities.
It's not even a little bit close. Okay, level with us. Who really killed Jeffrey Epstein?
Hunter Biden.
What would you charge someone with if they were giving people Brazilian waxes without a license?
Illegal deforestation.
What is it, Caroline, what is it about toucans that makes them so awesome?
One big beautiful bill.
Describe Disney World in 6 words or less.
A detention facility surrounded by alligators.
Care to respond to Trump's recent comments calling his own supporters, quote, weaklings for demanding the release of the Epstein files?
That claim is just simply untrue.
What? He posted it on social media last week.
Yes, the president said that last week, and it remains true.
So you admit he called them weaklings?
I don't believe the president ever said that.
You just said he said that.
I haven't heard him say that.
Okay, did he say they were weaklings or did he not?
Neither of those things are true.
Oh my God, why are you like this?
There really isn't a good explanation for that.
What's the scariest part about doing math on LSD?
The numbers speak for themselves.
Okay, let's try music trivia again. I think you're gonna do better this time. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Complete this lyric. From the Beach Boys. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to...
Cambodia, Japan, Denmark, Thailand, Botswana.
No, closer than last time, though. Moving on, I have a question about healthcare. What happens to an old man's testicles when he goes commando?
Obviously, there's some ping-ponging.
Is the president watching Love Island USA?
With so many issues going on in the world, I'm a little bit surprised you would ask such a question.
But come on, is he?
Yes.
Let's do some quick ones. Where's the worst place to hide a herring?
Under a seal.
What? The air's come out of the room, Caroline. Okay, Caroline, one more shot at music trivia. I really want to give you a chance to redeem yourself. You ready? All right. You got your game face on. I like it. Here we go. This one's from Mary Poppins. Supercalifragilisticx.
Deep vein thrombosis.
You know, it's wrong, but I think it might be better than the original. Time for one last question. How is the president's penis?
Minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking.
Well, it looks like we're out of time, so on behalf of the rest of the Late Night Press Corps, have a good night. We'll be right back with Taron Egerton.